none out of the nonsense.
Make sense out of it.
Sense. You understand? I remember sometime I had an experience with my MD years ago. Somebody came to talk to him, and then he now made a comment that, he passed through the department ahead and it was noisy. And my MD called my attention. And the first thing I said, no, it's not possible.
Okay.
No. I was trying to defend the whole thing. And he said something, and that has stopped me for years. Do not defend yourself. Find out what was happening and make correction.
Find out what is happening and make corrections. Okay, Ibinabo, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Esther. Good afternoon, esteemed listeners. Good afternoon, Buki Femi Ajala.
How are you doing this afternoon?
It is well, Jerry.
Well, let us all fight for some time. This road construction.
Yes.
Okay.
Not a repo.
Okay.
Everywhere. Yes.
Okay.
It's so stressful. Sometimes you don't know where to take. You go and take the wrong place. They have blocked it. This is how they do it. Oh my goodness. But then
it's for the better.
Yoruba people say before Panorama become Panorama. You get within yam eyes. So
and it's going.
Then this report is coming like Nigeria has been ranked as the third worst governed country. What do you make of this report? I don't know.
Okay, first of all, we need to understand that the ability to handle corruption, is our bane in Nigeria. But then, if you can properly handle corruption, I mean, it's a good indicator of good governance. But when we keep struggling to handle corruption, to abate it, then what have we done? See, for me, when I read this thing, I was like, we're number 3 worst. I thought we are the worst. Are you getting it? Because if you are very honest with yourself, you see sometimes we tend to close our eyes to the truth. Okay, if you are very honest with yourself, for me, I'm the number 1 critic of myself.
Okay.
Forget if I do wrong 10 times, I'm criticizing myself 10 times. I'm only struggling to do the right thing. You understand? So if you deny some facts about you, and everybody is saying this thing, and like Buki said, you don't stop defending yourself. There is nobody apart from people in government who are deceiving themselves, some of them. If you call an average Nigerian and tell him this, he'll say, I'm not surprised. Because the parameters, by which you were able to bring all of this together, we have failed in those areas. So how do you defend yourself? The best thing to do is, let us go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Look at what we are doing wrong. Let us stop all this. Now, my friend, so I go tread carefully. No. Nigeria is composed of multiple ethnic extraction from various regions. So we don't have the same style. We don't have the same tradition. Though we have a common ground at some point. Yes. But I mean, if I begin to speak my dialect, you can't understand me. And if I didn't live around Yoruba region, I wouldn't understand Yoruba. Are you getting it?
Yes.
The little Igbo I can fake is because of 1 or 2 friends I've had.
Interaction with people.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So you cannot come here and tell me that this thing they have said, no, I'm waiting for who will say it, because this is denying the truth. You will never grow. And that will tell me that about you know.
You know why fix the issue? It was because when the transparency report came out, the transparency index came out, there were reactions, and it was like, you don't need to react. So conclude, right? What I want the government to do at all levels, is that let them look at the countries that were ranked top. Countries like Finland, Switzerland, Singapore had always been top.
Netherlands is one country I love.
Netherlands, Canada. Let
me pause your thought there. We have a call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Balogun from Gogora. I'm calling from Gogora.
Good afternoon, Darlington.
Balogun.
Okay, good afternoon, Balogun.
Yeah. Please, my sister.
Okay.
The way the country are now, the big issue. Why? My own problem is why people where I say, I want government to do like this. It's like you have hope from the government. This government want this country to be like this. They love it like this. Don't feel they are trying to change it. They are trying. They love the way the thing is rolling. Let me tell you the fact.
Okay.
Their accounts and their investments abroad, all over the place, are booming. Why this country is sinking. They enjoy it. You want their income to reduce? No. They are making money. The only solution that I believe the whole world can support us is to seize all their property all over the world and seize all their money. They know all their property. They should seize it and repay our debt back. They can revive us. We cannot solve this problem on our own.
Okay.
They know where their property are. They should seize all of it. Look, you can see all those people at the House of Assembly. They are well paid. They will tell you this country they have no issue. They have security. Look, they are not staying here. They are not living with us. Like Mohammed is telling us one day that from my house in London, I just landed for a meeting in this country. Somebody that is a minister in this country is staying in London. Please, they are not feeling us. Look, this is not their country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Balogun.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know very well that there's so much going on. Sometimes we cannot contain our emotions, but I'll please love us to be civil with our words and comments. Yes, I really love that. We have another call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Mr. Darlington speaking.
Mr. Darlington, good afternoon. Welcome to Panorama.
Yes. Most of the things happening now, I don't know why anybody should be surprised.
Okay.
We have been recording negative
Reports?
grade
Okay.
and reports since this government came into office. Unfortunately, you have somebody who doesn't take advice and he cannot advise himself. I asked somebody this morning, mention one thing this government have done to bring peace and progress in this country. Just one action they have taken to show that yes, they mean to unite this country. When he started with his appointment, we shouted, he wants to appoint those he can work with. You can see those is working now. You can see it. In a multi-ethnic society like this, you don't do things like this.
Okay.
We told Buhari from the beginning, people will not work. But the psychopaths continue to tear him up. Now, look at the same psychopaths are now blaming him. They are the ones complaining most now. Why is it that he didn't take, at least learn from the other presidents? You saw how Jonathan was running an inclusive government.
Okay.
This man was so humble. He didn't touch the media. He never got anybody. But in this case, if you may open your mouth, they clamp down on you. Is that how democracy is run? These Scandinavian countries you mentioned, go and check. They are closing down their prisons. The Scandinavian countries now, they are closing down their prisons because people are so free, people are so taken care of, nobody think of committing crime. That is how societies are run. Yeah, you want to collect everything for yourself. When you eat everything that belongs to everybody, your stomach will swell up, and now it's swelling up.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Darlington.
Darlington.
You saw it in the wind. You are going to reap the wild wind. It's as simple as that. Let him face the security problem. Because when he was doing it, nobody listened. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Darlington. Thank you. Okay, you heard what Mr. Darlington has said. What do you have to say, Buki?
I wanted to wrap up my
thought. Okay,
my thought process, and I'll link it to what Mr. Darlington has
said.
said. You know, it's a way forward. I know. We keep saying, and it's true. The person who created the problem cannot be the person who will solve the problem. It's true. That's the truth. I mean, look at it. If you create it, except when you are now transformed. When you are now transformed, then you can now say, I want to solve this problem that I have created. But then there has to be a transformational shift. But where I'm going is the fact that if you look at all these countries that we have mentioned,
Mhm.
let's challenge the so-called lawmakers. What they should do now
Okay.
is to do a study if they have not done it.
Okay.
And if they have done it, let them use what they have researched into.
The fact they
How
have.
did these countries work around their values, work about their nation building, despite the fact that they have lots of tribes? You
Okay.
understand?
Mhm.
How did they handle religion? You understand? Singapore, I mean, they have all kinds of religion there.
Mhm.
You understand? How did they handle education? How did they handle their policy, their welfare system? How do they generate income? And then, of course, the leaders, they are from the transformational mindset. As long as we have leaders that are transactional, that it is what is in it for me,
Okay.
we are not moving.
It is 28 minutes to 1 on Women Radio 91.7. This is Panorama. Panorama is where we have ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. And I have been speaking with Ibinabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala. We've been discussing on the high level of insecurity in Nigeria and the way forward. Now, Ibinabo, President Muhammadu Buhari has sought the help of the United States government to help salvage this situation. Now, this report is coming in at this time too, that Nigeria is being ranked third worst governed country in the world. I mean, what do you think our image, like in the international community, what does it look like right now?
I don't even go there, Esther, because we have over and over. In fact, the record is cracked. It's not even playing
we have
again.
A call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, beautiful lady.
Good afternoon, Ife. Welcome to Panorama.
Yeah, thank you very much. You capture my voice. Now that we smile. You Nigeria people, we are angry. Everybody is angry and intense because Nigeria now, my dears, we are just like what I told you, said in big issue this morning. We are just smiling and coughing. That's what you can imagine, like what Buki Ajala said.
Okay.
If you have a government that will listen, this government, they are not ready to listen. They don't want to listen. They just want to do it. Let them do it and let me do it and let the masses, if they want to go to hell and suffer, let them suffer. They don't bother. But if you have a government that listen, long time ago, they would have listened and they would have provided solutions. And this is not all. At least something would have been done. But this one, the way we just let them be talking, they are just like Nigeria, they can talk. Let them talk. When they tire, they go stop now. That is what is just going on. But one day, my dear sister, person will go market, so you not go come back. Everything you get beginning, whatever thing that has beginning
has an end.
Has the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ife. Ibinabo, you heard what Ife has said.
Esther, we can't deny the fact that insecurity has become a national issue. Insecurity did not start today. But no government should come and tell us that they didn't create the problem.
Okay.
Because as a government, you should be a problem solver.
Absolutely.
If you cannot solve a problem, then you must have told the people who voted you in lies. Yeah. Are you getting it? Because for me to go to the polling booth and vote for anybody to be in office, you probably have told me some things. And those things I feel, okay, these are my problems and you're going to solve my problems for me. I didn't vote for you to come and tell me who created this problem. I voted you in to solve it. So if government has shifted from problem solving to nagging, then it is so unfortunate. Now, if you look at the issue we have on ground. In Anambra State, the governor, Willie Obiano, has imposed curfew in some communities because of insecurity from gunmen. Now, the reigning word is gunmen. Unknown gunmen. And in Rivers State, my dear state, Governor Nyesom Wike has imposed a night curfew in some of their interstate borders.
Okay.
Now, why? Because there were attacks and killings of security operatives by gunmen, unknown gunmen. So you see, it's like We are being attacked on every side. And you know, Chinachepe said, things fall apart. The center cannot hold. So what is the center doing at this point? You are still holding together. Before we fall apart, what are you doing? Because you see, I read somewhere in the dailies that the Minister for Communication or Information then, that Lai Mohammed, he traced back the genesis of our problem to 1975. And I said,
but we've been having leaders. How come no solution?
Oh, sure. And I said, why? You see, no wonder we're not making progress. You see, if you are always looking for excuses, people who always fish for excuses never move from a point.
Or when you focus on the problem so much, you don't find solution. You don't get solution.
You give excuses. So you see, for such a minister of that caliber to come out and say that, and this problem we trace it back to 1975. That there was a coup. Check coup in 1975 where I never even said. I don't know whether the pants is okay to wear outside or not.
To add to what you are saying, my MD will always say it is a bad workman that blames his tools. Right on.
Do you understand? So you see, there are some statements they make that, apart from the fact that we cannot really say, okay, security, they have done this and that. I can't deceive myself. Look at what is happening in Rivers State, in Anambra State, and in other states.
With all of this happening, a woman said something yesterday. She wasn't talking to me, but I picked the woman said in Yoruba. That's what the woman said. The woman said she need job.
You see, that is the problem. Because if you truly feel the pulse of the people, you will never even have time to start writing and sending us back to how many years ago? 46 years ago, 1975. That was the genesis of our problem. Good. No argument on that.
So
what have you done about it? Why are you in that office? Why were you elected into that office? If you would still be complaining about what happened 46 years ago, if I take away 46 years from my age, what will remain inside? Are you getting it? So there is need for the government to look forward and to look for solution. It's good enough that the president has asked for help. We have been on Panorama here. We have shouted, we have cried, we have screamed that ask for help. If you are overwhelmed by your issues of insecurity as a leader, ask for help. And it told me, he that asks for the right way will never go astray. Please ask for help. Not that you're asking for help. I hope that we really mean it. And I hope that we will get the right help that we are demanding for, because the whole country is on fire. Let us not deceive ourselves. Some people are thinking that because they are so secure, nobody is secure.
Nobody.
You won't know until they attack you. When I read the Imo State Commissioner for Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition, Ike Ume, he was shot by unknown gunmen in Owerri, in the capital city of his state. He's a commissioner. I'm sure when the commissioner came to inaugurate the construction of the road construction. Yes, it was like, what is going on? There was no way to even pass because the whole place was filled with security operatives. So if a commissioner could be attacked by unknown gunmen, then who is safe? So don't sit and also the National Assembly is our symbol of strength, supposed to be our symbol of strength. You understand? So if you are losing your strength, please cry out. Let us know. Let us know, please.
It is 20 minutes to 1. This is Panorama Radio 91.7. Panorama is where we have ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues.
We are Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families.
The BBC News World Service app makes listening to your favorite programs on your phone even easier. And for times when you can't use Wi-Fi or data to listen, just hit the call to listen button in the middle of the screen.
This is the BBC World Service.
Call to listen is only available in selected territories. For dial-up news services, standard geographic mobile charges will apply. Please check with your provider for exact cost before calling. Download the BBC News World Service app from your usual store.
Northern Nigeria is home to over 15 million women who are daily faced with difficulties as a result of their gender. Muria Mata, the voice of women, will beam the spotlight on economic empowerment, political involvement, security, development, and overall well-being of women in northern Nigeria. Join Zainab Sulaiman Umar every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7 as she talks on everyday plight of the northern woman. Muria Mata, the voice of women.
Traffic. Or maybe you're having a bad day. Ease your mind with great music, entertainment, and lots of laughter on the Evening Experience every weekday from 4 to 9 p.m. on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
BBC News World Service app makes listening to your favorite programs on your phone even easier. And for times when you can't use Wi-Fi or data to listen, just hit the call to listen button in the middle of the screen.
This is the BBC World Service.
Call to listen is only available in selected territories. Standard geographic mobile charges will apply. Please check with your provider for exact cost before calling. Download the BBC News World Service app from your usual store.
Tax Radio. On Women Radio 91.7. Mondays, Fridays from 5:30 p.m. with FIRS. It pays to pay your tax.
We are Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families.
It is 17 minutes to 1 on Women Radio 91.7. This is still Panorama. Panorama is where we have the ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. And we've been discussing insecurity, the high level of insecurity in Nigeria and the way forward. Nigeria has been ranked the third worst governed country in the world. How do we change this image? How do we change this? Now, there's another story coming in that the U.S. Consulate General in Lagos has noted the increase in crime in Lagos, noting reports of robberies, smash and grabs on the road by armed men in Ikoyi and Victoria Island. This is not good for our image at all. Innocent people are being harassed, their properties are being taken from them forcefully, lives are not safe anymore. I've been speaking to Ibnabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala on this. To be a part of the conversation, you can call us up on 07000 917 917 or 090 256 25455. You can also send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. Okay, you've heard this report coming in from the US consulate. Like, people are being attacked here and there. Like, almost everywhere is not safe. We are getting different reports from different angles in the country. Nowhere is safe. What do we do?
That's the question we keep saying. What do we do? It has come to self-responsibility and looking up to God. Who will solve it for us? But we will continue. We'll continue to talk. Now. So this report has come, and of course, they love their citizens. That is why they are giving this kind of security report, to their citizens. And that's what a meaningful nation should actually do. You understand? Telling them the kinds of evil, telling them the kinds of method that they are going about the crime. Initially, it was some years ago, it was when you are going on the road and you see one black nylon or something, make sure you don't step on it and all that, So, but now they've come up with all kinds of methods. So essentially, it's just, be self-responsible in terms of your security consciousness. Find out the latest move that they are doing, because every day they keep advancing.
There's always a story.
Every day they keep advancing. You understand? Why this is a little bit of a concern to me is that this is the eyebrow
area of Lagos.
You understand? A lot of investors, they stay in this area, go to Lekki and all that. But you see, what attracts investors into the nation and stay in this place. So when they begin to see these things or hear these things, how would you expect them to feel? That is why the government, at all levels, should rise up to this menace and solve it.
But still on this issue, you know very well how so much unrest, the implications on the nation at large. Now, women and girls they've always been at the receiving end of violence. Like at every instance, every news you get, oh, a girl has been assaulted, a girl has been harassed, this and this going on. Now, with this high level of insecurity, how do we manage this? Because we really need to protect our women and girls. We really need to do a whole lot. What do we do?
You see, before you even begin to do your karate or your kung fu, secure yourself first. First off, we have
Let me pause your thought there. We have a call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kenny.
Okay, Kenny, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Agbado, Matogun.
Okay, welcome to Panorama.
Okay. I want to say something concerning the topic you raised.
Okay.
This afternoon.
Okay.
In my own perspective, the only solution I think we can do to insecurity in Nigeria is if Nigeria can equip the youth.
Okay.
Like if they can equip the youth, like they should provide job opportunity and so on like that. It will reduce the rate of social vices in Nigeria.
Okay.
Let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
Someone came to meet me last month in my area. Like he was like, we should try to maybe we should be coming out around 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe people going to work, we can be collecting their phone. I was like, I can't do such a thing, no. That is very bad. You understand? Look at it, and it's as a result of what? Unemployment. By the time we mention, do you understand? So I think the government should try to to
create
encourage
opportunities.
Opportunities for we youth. You understand? For someone like me, I'm a graduate. You understand? But there is no job anywhere. So do you understand? I didn't have good parental background. I would have indulged in
good moral values. Thank you very much, Kenny. Thank you very much, Kenny. This is another point that Kenny is raising, that
so
unemployment has a big part to play in this.
Kenny for taking
Thank you for standing up to your moral values.
We are very, very proud of you. And
I salute you.
Yes, because in the face of hardship, most times
sometimes
your options
are
are not many. Your options are not many. So for him to have stood his ground, and
big thumbs up to you, Kenny.
Yes, we appreciate you, and may God continue to help you and open doors for you. Yes. You see, this is what we are talking about. When they say we are the worst, we are the third worst. Part of the things they mentioned were foresight.
It's part of it too. Yes,
government. Foresight. We knew we have economists, we have strategists, people who have various agencies, even agencies that should look into the rise in population. So they should be able to project what the population of Nigeria in the next 5, 10, 20, and so on years. You understand? And we have them, and they have been projecting, and they have been near, perfect. Yeah. But what has the government been doing
with all of these facts?
Exactly. See, it's not enough for you to gather intelligence. I've already told people, gathering intelligence is one thing. Now, putting it to use is another thing. So it is obvious that all of the information that has been coming together for the benefit of Nigeria and Nigerians as a whole has not been taken with a measure of seriousness. So now going back to what you were saying, it's very funny. I was just reading something here. The House of Reps have urged President to declare a state of emergency on security challenges facing the country. That's a lot. Now I'm asking myself, why are they just talking? They have been, when there's a problem,
it's coming closer to them.
Do you understand? Do you need to
do
wait?
We actually have to
do you need to wait to feel the heat before you move? This is not right. That is why I always say that. You see, people who don't have the right mindset to lead will never do the right thing. They will never do the right thing. Now, because cultures have been attacked, even the security agents that are supposed to secure lives and properties are under attack. So now who is safe? So now you are saying that they should declare a state of emergency on these security issues in Nigeria. Where it didn't just start today. For an inferno, it starts with a strike of something. So when these things started, For example, when the governor of Benue was crying like a baby a few years back before his second tenure, nobody really came to his rescue. And we kept on saying that this thing is like, sorry to use this word, it's like somebody farts, correct farts in one corner. The breeze will carry it and to the other corner.
We have a call.
Don't think you are
your
free.
thoughts there. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, we lost that call. Do want to call us back on 07000 917 917 or 090 256 25455. You can also send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, ladies. Darlington, back.
Okay, Mr. Darlington.
Now, what do you think the National Assembly can do?
Okay.
When they have invited this president severally, they snub them. They have told him what to do severally. Nothing. They are just blowing hot air. What's my word? They are blowing hot air. They never have anything to do with President Buhari and the executive. They will just stop it and we'll ask the question. Is it the Senate that can call him to order? Is it the Senate that can impeach him? Please. The last time I checked, President of America is the most powerful man in the whole world. True of us. You saw what their parliament did to Donald Trump. You saw what they did to Donald Trump. He went to court 64 times, and 64 times they turned him back. Can it happen here?
That's
is
a big
the parliament
question.
push him? And here we are talking. Mention any American president that will be in office and one America will be killed by insurgents in that country. And the president will be on seat. Please, somebody should tell me. Any of this Western world, mention anybody who calls himself a president or a prime minister that will be in office. And his people are being slaughtered like this. And the man will still remain in office. In fact, his family members will ask him to get out of that office. We saw what South Africa here did to Jacob Zuma. His own party, African National Congress, they were the ones that put him out of office for corruption. Yes, we say we are running a democracy. We have not started, though. We have not started. For me, I have talked enough. I'm waiting for Buhari to get to where he's going.
Thank you very much, Mr. Darlington. Thank you.
You see, Esther, just like what I was trying to say, we need to strengthen our judicial system. It is so loose. Because you see, what makes crime thrive is that when Mr. A commits a crime,
we pamper him, we cover him.
Somebody rapes, and we the citizens, to have our own share of the blame. Let's take, for example, a guy rapes a girl.
And you cover the story.
And you come and tell me, what was she wearing? We have our own ways of distorting the trajectory of justice.
Yes.
So when we do all of these things, we are playing our own parts. Destroy the system. The people in the government are playing their own role too. So all of us must take our own share of blame. And you see, at this point now, since they are feeling the heat too, I don't want to believe that. See, when I was in secondary school, I was a science student. Then again, I took government afterwards.
Okay.
And I got to understand that we have three arms of government. The judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. So if one of the arms have become too strong, then maybe we should collapse the National Assembly. If they are so powerless, and I don't believe they are powerless, I think it's a matter of personal interest.
Yeah.
Because there is no way, even if the Senate president, has become the mouthpiece of let's say like last class said, rubber stamp. You understand? How many people do we have in the Senate? So are you saying one man would override whatever all of you have said? All together. It is because of selfish interest. People have not put ahead of their own personal interest the interest of the nation, and it is not right. Because at the end of the day, we are all going to suffer for it. A commissioner has been injured. I don't know whether he's still alive or he's dead.
Hopefully.
You understand? People who are supposed to be highly secured are beginning to realize that only God can secure man. So let us please begin to understand the position that we occupy and make the best use of it to the benefit of the Nigerian citizens. And let us stop being selfish and self-centered. Nobody voted anybody into power to go there and make life miserable for anybody. I never imagined that I would vote in a government that will make me so insecure in my own country. If I go outside of my own country and I have issues, I will say, okay, let me run back to
go home.
Which home am I going to? So there is need to come to the realization that in terms of securing the lives and property of Nigerians, they have not done anything. They have worked. But you see, whatever it is you do, if you sit for an examination and you fail, it's not as if you did not study.
But you've not done well.
You didn't do enough.
Yeah,
so how do we do enough? What's the way forward? Let us start by strengthening our judicial system. Let us start by doing our proper checks and balancing. Are you getting it? If you are a legislator, you are in the house, you come up with a motion, and if it's a benefit of the general populace, every other person should support it, irrespective of your party. We should leave partisan behavior
at this point.
And throw it away. We don't need it now. The nation is on fire. How do we quench this fire? Is what we should be thinking about, and not be thinking about I'm APC or I'm PDP or I'm AAP. That's not the issue. The issue is how do we solve our problem?
Buki, what would be your final words on all of this?
Yeah, my final words, I will still talk, since the discussion is centered around the lawmakers, the policymakers. It's not that in the constitution we have they cannot do anything. They have the powers. I mean, they can do a no confidence vote, you know, but they need, I think maybe 2/3. I'm not too sure of the figure that they need. So the question is, the people that are there now, are they feeling the heat as we are feeling it? You know, I made mention of the video clip that we discussed yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? Or maybe I watched it yesterday.
Okay.
You know, one of the lawmakers that was very passionate to say, what are we doing as lawmakers? That, you know, yes, it belongs to the ruling party, but then, hey, talk has to talk. And then, you know, you could see very, very passionately that he was actually crying, as far as I'm concerned, though he wasn't shedding tears, but you could see the spirit is broken to the extent to say that if we cannot solve this problem, I mean, I had it. He said, let's close down that outfit. You know,
we cannot solve this problem.
Yes, let's close down.
It.
So where am I going is this? Okay. I now noticed the other lawmakers that were sitting around him. Their body language was not his own body language. It was like, what is it?
In fact, they were watching him like a movie.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, that how are feeling this heat.
At this point, everybody needs to be we need to stand up on our toes. We really need to be up and doing. Everybody has to be careful and be security conscious. Now, everybody just has to do their bit in ensuring that we are safe. Beware of strange faces around you with suspicious moves. Just be careful. If you notice anything, just let out, call out for help, and be sure that yes, you are safe. Because at this point, we really do not know what else to do, and we really hope that solution will come and the center will be able to hold on to everything and we will not lose it. This is where we draw the curtains on Panorama today. Thank you so much, ladies, for your contributions, and I'm really optimistic that all of this will pass. Thank you for your calls. Thank you for staying with us. Panorama is where we have zone come to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. Panorama on Women Radio 91.7 runs from Mondays through Fridays at 12:15 p.m. Up next is the lunch hour tunes. My name is Exta Alaribe. Good afternoon.
To sponsor this program, please call 080-9058-2769.
The BBC News World Service app makes listening to your favorite programs on your phone even easier. And for times when you can't